So good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is well. And just make sure, my microphone is working. And great to see everybody this morning. We have some really cool guests on to talk all about weight loss. And I am joined by Jacqui. I'm going to suddenly switch from the gym to my sitting room just to confuse everybody. But there you go. Hi, Jacqui. How are you?
I'm fantastic
Oh,
on this
dear.
beautiful sunny bank holiday Saturday morning.
So we've got a great show in store this morning. We've got two weight loss experts in with us from Educohealth, and they have been involved in this area for years and years. They'll be able to tell you themselves. But Jacqui, obviously, we've both been taking the supplements and actively taking them at the moment. And
Yes,
you're on a particular program at the moment, right?
I sure am, Jamie. High protein, trying to get in that gram of protein per pound of body weight and really feeling the effects of firming, that extra firmness as a result. And you were
Yeah.
too, Jamie.
Yes. I am on a 12-week program. I joined a challenge with a group of gym owners from all over the world. So we're having a competition. And so I started actually a low-fat diet, which is unusual for me. But I always find when you're getting into your best shape, you really can't do it without taking the right supplements. They give you such an advantage. And particularly when you're trying to maybe reduce fat or you're reducing carbohydrate, depending on the type of diet you're doing, but you want to hold on to the muscle. So you want to just lose fat, but you want to hold on to muscle. And that really is
Yes.
the key part, just like you said. And that is really, really tricky. People don't understand how difficult that can be. I don't think you can do it without the supplements. They kind of give you that edge. So,
Completely. Those supplements are just the quickest way. We said it with Martin Ford last week. It's the quickest way to up your protein intake. They're a lifesaver because I certainly know that I wouldn't be eating all the food sources.
absolutely, and I actually I'm taking in the evening. It's like a treat at the moment. I'm taking about 300 grams of protein and very very little carbohydrate or fat, so it's very protein based. But I take that the Proform Cocoa, the chocolate one. I didn't realize how good that is, and I'm mixing it with water. And it's like a mousse. It's so chocolatey. It's really, really good. But maybe I'm not supposed to be having that one. But anyway, I'm glad I have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Nichola and Caro from Educohealth, and they both have huge experience themselves. We'll be able to show you some before and afters for Caro later on, but they have massive experience and they're often dealing with people on the phone and talking about weight loss. And what we have obviously at the moment, and Jacqui, you'll know this from the amount of people that we're talking to, that people have definitely gained weight during lockdown, the
Yes.
COVID stone, or maybe for some people it's the COVID 2 stone or more than COVID 2 stone.
And Jamie, and remember, we also have to say, guys, we're doing something different on this show today. Something very exciting. So listen carefully because some lucky winner is going to win an incredible prize. So we will announce it during the show and how you
Yeah,
can win it.
absolutely. And it is an amazing prize. We're really delighted that the guys have given us such a cool prize. So we'll go through that. So we'll bring in Nichola and Caro, and from different parts of the country. Caro, hi Nichola, hi Caro, how are you guys?
How you doing? Hey guys,
So where are you
lovely to be
guys?
here.
Nichola, you're out in Howth, are you? Or are you in
Yes, in
yeah,
sunny
Howth?
Hope. Yeah,
And
the sun is
Caro, you're down
shining.
in Kilkenny.
I'm down in the sunny southeast. Yeah, beautiful day here.
Isn't it just great to be able to zoom people in from all over the place? I suppose actually it's a little bit different technology, but it has the same effect. So we're really, really excited to have you guys on the show. You both have huge experience in this area. You've been working with the supplements for a number of years, and we'd love to hear a little bit about why you got involved with Educohealth, what it is that you love so much about the products. So maybe we'll start with you, Nichola. So you can tell us a little bit about how you got involved with Educohealth and give us a bit of a background.
Well, my mom actually, was a massage therapist and a yoga teacher, and she worked very closely with Tony Quinn for years. So she would have had the supplements in the house when I was growing up, and the protein in particular, we would have all been given it as children, and the delicious milkshake. We looked forward to it so much. So my sister used to call it the chocolate river, like from Willy Wonka. Kids, we were kind of reared on the products. And so I took them all the way growing up, and I played basketball very highly competitively all through school. And I would have taken the supplements and the protein because they're really good for young people, and protein is so important in your development, in your physical development. And so yeah, and then I actually got a part-time Saturday job in one of the health stores when I was 16, and I would have learned all about the supplements there. And then I went on to do some training with Dr. Tony Quinn himself in all the background, everything to do with the supplements. And we opened up loads of health stores all over Ireland, and we just sold loads and loads of products. And weight loss was our big product, and we were very famous for a particular product, which we will talk about very soon. It's a household name, and I've been on the market for over 40 years. And yeah, so that would be my background and of course, I also worked in Educogym with yourself, Jamie, a few years ago in the Educogym franchises. So the Educogym contained everything from the mind and the technology of that amazing time machine, plus the supplements and the nutrition programs as well.
Yeah, brilliant. And so, Caro, you're involved in the marketing of the supplements, and again, dealing with a lot of people who are inquiring about them. So how did you get involved in Educohealth and the supplements?
Yeah, well, years ago I was doing a course on leisure and tourism because I was massively into sport. And I was playing camogie for Kilkenny at the time, at a professional level. And I was just initially really into sport and health and fitness. And I was really looking for a job in that area. And one day I got a part-time job in one of the health stores in Jervis Street at the time. And that kind of started my journey. I got very sort of addicted to helping people because you'd all walks of life coming in, looking for the answer. And we were, the training was so incredible with Tony as well. And then I went on one of his Aduco seminars, and that absolutely transformed me completely. I was only 20, I think, when I went on 24 when I went on my first seminar. And when I came back, I just wanted to transform everybody else's life. I wanted everybody to have what I had. So I continued the journey then on from there, helping loads of people lose weight down through the years. So yeah, it's
and your
it's
own
a real
transformation.
Purpose. Yeah, no, totally, absolutely.
So maybe we start. Jacqui, we've covered this before, but it's great for people maybe who are tuning in for the first time. What is the first step that you take when you're looking to help a person to lose weight, or even when you're looking to get into shape yourself? What's the sort of the general approach to begin with?
Well, the first step would be where we'd sit down with a client and we'd review their lifestyle and how they're eating. And our first job is to educate them into what it will actually take to get results. Because I always say to clients, you've healthy eating, but you've eating for fat loss. And it's very important to understand that distinction because a lot of people can actually eat healthy foods, but not losing weight. So we'd go through the diet, and we would, in Educogym, we would give them a plan to follow that's very effective and that's going to get results. And I always say to people, you can't out-train a good diet. So your healthy eating lifestyle is going to be 80% of really getting into great shape, but not only just great shape, having the best health, having the highest life force, having as much energy as possible. But another tool that I would strongly encourage all clients to do in line with their healthy eating is to take food supplements. Because one thing I've learned in 20 years of working with the food supplements is that there is absolutely a better result when people combine the supplements we're about to talk to. I mean, it is like any clients that would take the supplements would very much over time know that difference. Yeah. That when they go on a healthy eating plan to get results, they can do well, but when they combine the supplements, they know that the result is much better. So they really make a difference. And even personally, like Jamie, you and I just said at the beginning, this is just such an easy, it's all about convenience personally for me. I want to make it as simple as possible to keep this strong and firm, and the supplements just make my life so much easier. So they're...
Yeah, so and I mean, one of the supplements that I think that that was part of the research study initially, and it's certainly been our most successful supplement. It's the one I took it this morning, and I take it at night, and literally when I get up the first thing in the morning, because what I'm looking to do is to try and get that fat burning process started. And actually that gives you energy when you're training. So what can happen when you're doing maybe a more extreme diet to really get into incredible shape is that you're looking for protein, and you really don't want to gain any fat when you're training. You literally want to hold on to or gain muscle, and you want to burn fat. And if you're not taking in much fat or much carbohydrate, you're really not getting much of an energy source. So if you can get your fat burning process going, then your body is releasing your stored body fat, which most of us are going to have plenty to last us quite a long time, actually, when you think about it. But the first supplement that I think is just absolutely incredible is Amino Ore. So maybe, Nicola, you tell us a little bit about Amino Ore and how it's just going to make your waist go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I had so many phone calls this week about Amino Ore. And yesterday I was actually talking to a lady, because we have a customer care line where people can ring us up and ask about any of this stuff, and we get so many calls about weight loss. And I was chatting to a lady yesterday, and I was saying, oh, you must be so excited, the hairdressers are opening on the 10th. And she was like, never mind my hair, I need to get the stone off me before I even go outside the door. Get me Amino Ore quickly. Amino Ore is a household name in Ireland. It's been on the market for over 40 years. And Dr. Tony Quinn actually discovered Amino Ore because Tony himself was a bodybuilder, but he was more than a bodybuilder. He was actually Mr. Physique Ireland. He was Mr. Ireland. He won a lot of titles for getting into really incredible shape. And how he discovered the Amino Ore was, like, he was at these competitions, and there were guys from California, like, really in the most amazing shape, and they had teeny tiny little waists. And like Tony would be like so into the best supplements and finding out, he's so into this, he's done so much research that he ran up to these guys, tell me, how did you get your waist so small? How did you get into this lovely shape? And they told them about this powder that they were taking, and it just was the most incredible thing. It helped them get into phenomenal shape. And like, the way Amino Ore works is you will look really good on it, but you'll have a tiny waist. You lose the weight in all the right places. It works with your growth hormone, which in Educogym is your massive, massive ethos. It's all about getting the growth hormone up and getting insulin down. And that's what Amino Ore does. It works for everybody, and it's totally natural. It's actually, we've sold millions and millions and millions of jars of Amino Ore over the years. Everybody knows it. Moms take it, their daughters take it, aunts, everybody takes this stuff. It literally melts the fat. It's amazing.
I mean, it's just one amino acid, isn't that right? It's L-ornithine, and that's been shown in research. You need to take between 3 and 6 grams, as far as I can remember. So if you took less than 3 grams, it wasn't as effective, and if you took more than 6 grams, it didn't really make any difference. So that was the magic range, and you literally, I think, well, I would notice a great boost in energy. I don't know how you find it, Jacqui, but it's just I can't emphasize this enough. You're not getting energy from carbohydrates or fats when you're on a really extreme diet. So this is one of the best ways to do it, and you really do notice that you get an energy boost from it. I know you've had such great success with it as well, right, Jacqui?
I absolutely, it's one of my favorite supplements. And I have to say, right, since we've gone into lockdown, I've had a lot of people come in just for Amino Ore because, they just know that it works. And even clients that haven't been with us in Educogym, I would say to them, track your result, take your waist measurements, and let me know the next time you come in to get the Amino Ore, what result has happened. So obviously now, guys, let's be very clear on something, right? It doesn't mean that you can go and be eating all this fast food and as much much junk as you want to, right? This is very effective in combination with a good eating plan. Or even if a person just stayed eating what they are without changing it too much, they'd still see results with this. But obviously you're going to get better effects if you just kind of reduce the sugar intake a bit. But yeah, I would say that without doing much to it, I had 3 clients come back and say to me that they reduced an inch on their waist in 6 weeks of using it. Now remember guys, an inch is about 4 to 5 pounds of fat. So you've seen my fat replica before. So that's a lot to lose off the waist from just taking one supplement at nighttime. So I absolutely love this product. And the rejuvenation effect.
Yeah, and I would notice, I mean, I think this week alone I've lost 5 pounds, and you can really see a difference. It's over an inch on the waist. And I think that is one of the keys to it. And Caro, you've taken Amino Ore when you did your super transformation, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I actually wouldn't be without it. I mean, I took everything in the Super U box. It just does shrink your waist, and actually initially it gets rid of water retention as well, which is really good. All that water retention that you have from eating all those carbs before you start the diet. But yeah, it does. It shrinks your stomach really, really fast. And you know, I've even worked in shops, you know, throughout the years, and I was often shocked at people coming in and losing weight and telling me that they changed their diet, but they didn't change it that much, and they still lost loads of fat on it. So, I mean, that product's around so long, it's really stood the test of time at this stage. So yeah, it's an absolute must on any slimming program.
And Caroline, it's funny that you say that, because last week I mentioned this too. You know, I'm involved in this year selling supplements as well. And, you know, we've read the science, we understand what's actually happening in the body when you take, let's say, the likes of L-ornithine or any of our food supplements. But it's the customers' testimonials and feedback to us. I think I just heard so many, the feedback was so consistent and always really, really good that it totally enforced my belief in the product, even though I understood scientifically what was happening with it. So, and as you said, Nichola, it's on the market how long?
Since 1978.
You know, I mean, you know, a product doesn't last that long if, you know, it's not producing results. So there you go.
It's actually Ireland's best known weight loss product. So there you go. And now it's like Jacqui, you're selling it all over the world to your clients. You know, we've got gyms and Belize. We've got we sell it everywhere. We've got agents in the UK and nationwide. So, you know, it's really going out there now as the go-to product to get your waist in, to get slim, to burn that excess fat.
So, Caro, and obviously that's Amino Ore, and I can't emphasize enough how incredible that product is. Caro, it often goes hand in hand with another one of our best sellers, which is Amino Energize. But maybe you tell us a little bit about the Amino Energize.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, we introduced Amino Energize in 1997, and you know, we're so proud of this product because it's made in Ireland, which is incredible. And you see, what a lot of people don't realize, because even people say, well, why do I need to take Amino Energize? Why do I need to take amino acids? You know, what are amino acids? I think people learned a little bit about it in school, but you got to understand that your whole body is actually made of amino acids, like your skin, your hair, your nails. Like, we wouldn't be alive without them. But you know, they are damaged when you cook your food. You know, the amino acid quality in foods can be lost over time as well. And people are very, very deficient. People think they're deficient in vitamins, minerals, and they can be, but they're definitely deficient in amino acids. And what happens is your muscles break down and they actually get porous. And all you have to do is the muscle test and feel your muscle, even your bicep. If you put up your bicep, you'll feel the bubbles underneath, and that's your muscles getting porous and breaking down. Now, people kind of tend to go on these extreme diets, and 95% of diets don't work. And I've seen this over the years, because people can lose the fat really fast on some diets, but they tend to lose it off their face and their neck and their still out of their belly, and they've lost all that vital tissue. So they tend to put the weight back on then. And like, I'm always trying to explain to people, like, take your Amino Energize, it's going to give you that solid tissue that you need. And then women say, oh, I don't want to be putting on anything, I don't want to put on solid tissue, because they think it's muscle. But hey, that's the secret. That's the real secret. that solid tissue is actually going to burn the fat, and that's what you need. And what's exclusive about Amino Energize as well is that you've got your 23 amino acids, so you've got that full spectrum. You don't need to break them down in the gut like other amino acids, because again, I would have people coming into shop throughout the years and said, I took different amino acids, I got a pain in my stomach. So no, they go right into forming lean tissue. And as you were saying, Jacqui, like the hair grows like mad on them. Like if you pull your hair, the hair doesn't come out. It strengthens the hair. But like I've had clients over the years that, you know, weren't able to exercise. I had a lady that had varicose veins in her legs. She wasn't able to do any exercise, maybe a bit of walking. And again, it would just shock me how firm the clients would get. You know, they would lose all that jelly, and after about a month, then they're getting that firmness. So they're vital for slimmers. You have to take amino acids when you're slimming, just to make sure that you don't lose that lean tissue. And for vegans, for vegetarians, it actually completes the protein in your diet. And, you know, again, vegetarians will say to me, oh, but I get loads of protein in my plant foods. Yes, but, you know, and you know this too, Jamie, because you trained on the nutrition courses throughout the year, and we used to talk about NPU, which was net protein utilization, right? It's a mouthful, but you can be eating beans and rice, but you're not completing the protein. Whereas if you take amino acids, then you're completing the protein. So again, I would always say to vegetarians and vegans, take your amino acids. And they're pure, they're so pure, you could actually put them through a drip. So they're the purest form that you can actually get. So yeah, they're definitely my favorite, I can tell you that.
We might just show people your before and after, because it's really quite spectacular. So this is Caro's before and after. I mean, it's just awesome. What sort of program were you following when you did this, Caro? And how long did it take?
Well, I wasn't long after. I had an operation, and I was recovering for about 9 weeks, and I put on weight because I wasn't able to do anything really after it. And I got up to 10 stone 7 at the time. And, you know, I was reading this article actually. There's 2 approaches to wellness, right? You've got the reactive approach where you're getting healthy to manage a condition, and then you've got the proactive approach where you're taking responsibility for your own health. So I was like, okay, enough is enough. So I just made a decision, and I made up my mind, right, that's it. I need to lose about 2.5 stone. And, you know, I think like people out there need to think about this, because, you know, there's a lot of misinformation out there about diets. And I mean, you've got the AI diet now, you've got biohacking diets, the celebrities are still endorsing these crazy diets. And quite frankly, it's hard to take any of it seriously, you know. But for me, it was about going back to basics, using the supplements that have been tried and tested over 40 years. So I decided to go in the Super U box, because what I loved about it is it's just all done for you. And it was really just about meal planning then for the week. So, and again, for any of you out there that are thinking of starting this, you have to meal prep. You have to know what you're going to be eating from Monday to Sunday, because you don't want to be kind of stuck in the middle of the week where you're like, oh, there's no food in it, I'll start again next week. No, I knew what I was eating Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I knew the snacks. I was doing my Educogym exercises at home. I was walking 2 miles a day. So it just means you can focus on all of that. So I dropped 1 stone in the first month, and I was thrilled, because I got into a top that I couldn't get into the month before. And on the 2nd month, then on the 3rd week, I dropped 0.5 stone, and I was down to 9 stone. And I said to myself, okay, is this my weight now? Is this my happy medium? But I said, I'll just keep going. And then I went down to 8 stone. So I'd lost 32 pounds in 3.5 months. So I went from 10.7 to 8 stone, size almost 14 down to size 8. Wow. But then get this, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I think I got a little bit too skinny here, which is kind of a nice place to be in. So, you know, it's great for getting into the dresses and all the clothes, and that was fantastic. Yeah. But you know, I was kind of seeing a bit of my hip bone, and I said, no, you know, this, I don't like 8 stone. I was cold all the time. I was complaining. So yeah, no, I went back up to my ideal weight then, which was 9 stone. And that kind of gave me a good idea as well how to help other people. So, you know, then my family were like, everyone was stopping me on the street. Oh my God, what did you do? And my brother went on it. He travels all around the country in a van. He's exhausted all the time. He's up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I go through the whole program with him. He loses a stone in a month. Then his wife goes on it. She loses a stone. Then her best friend goes on it and she loses a stone. And it's having this kind of ripple effect. But again, everybody loved the box because they didn't need that much support from me. They just all went off and did it themselves. So it's all tied together in the box. And I can honestly say, and I'm not just saying this, you will not be hungry on this. You know, and I think for women, that's half the battle. They don't want to be hungry. So yeah, it was, yeah, well, you know, men are never hungry. Yeah, but you know, we have hormones to think about as well, Jamie, you know, so we get that surge as well, and we're trying to control that, you know. So, but the chocolate protein shake was the lifesaver there. So yeah.
I might just, so that people have a bit of context, I got to bring all 4 of us in here, so that behind Nichola there, we have the Super U box, just so people understand what it is. So it's the Amino Energize, and then we have the incredible casein protein that we were talking about, the Proform. And so in that box, you've 30 sachets. So literally a month's worth. Oh, there's Jacqui with the Proform sachets. Yeah. So, and I think we have it. So there's 3 different flavors. So you won't get tired of chocolate. Although some people will say, how could you ever get tired of chocolate? So there's chocolate, there's vanilla, and there's strawberry. So there's a great mix. And then just to top it off, because when you're, and you probably will have heard of this before, but when you're taking in lots of calcium, you need to take it in a balance with magnesium. So calcium and magnesium work really well together. And magnesium is possibly the best mineral that a person could take for things like your heart health, for cellular function. It causes you to relax. So and if you're training, calcium is brilliant for muscle contraction, but then the magnesium helps to relax. So a lot of people we would talk to might have some digestive issues and maybe get a bit constipated, that type of thing. Magnesium is absolutely fantastic for that. So Nichola, I mean, you were the driving force behind putting this box together, and it's absolutely stunning, by the way. The design is just gorgeous. When you see it up close, it literally has this sort of gold tint to the writing on it. It's just magic. And then it has this brilliant booklet that goes with it, which tells you all about the diet and exactly the plan to follow. I mean, it's incredible. So maybe Nichola, what drove you to put this together?
And can I just say, Nichola, just before you tell us the amazing way you put this together, is that for listeners, we are giving away a free Super U box. But what they have to do is they have to like and share this post. And the other thing they need to do is they need to review Educogym online, screenshot it, and text it to us. And we will announce the winner next week. Now tell us how you put this amazing box together, Nichola, because it is amazing.
Well, it really kind of came quite magically. Really, I had been on the seminar, and part of the seminar content, because you know everything that Tony does is about the mind, the health, you know everything, the greater you, the spirit, everything. It's all about being the best you, the best self, Super You. So he would talk about the Super You constantly, and I was working with Caro, and myself and Caro were, selling the supplements, and I was working with Caro, and Caro was marketing, and we were like, what would really be something that would go out there and really work for people and really make that vital difference? And Tony had spoken a lot about protein and how important it was, and how people really, really, really weren't living the fullness of their own health, that life force that's inside a person. And he explained a lot of how the supplements are made, and how himself and Martin really source the best quality and manufacture them, that it will release this life force. And your life force in your body is actually, it actually helps you burn fat, by the way. Your life force does everything for you. The higher that life force and energy is in your body, the better you are in every aspect of your health. So basically, it kind of came about, we had the protein, we had the magnesium, and we had the amino ore. And I was like, well, if you take the amino ore, you're going to burn this fat at night. The Amino Energize are going to firm you up. They're going to tone you up. If you added in that protein, you're going to have this great glowing skin. You're going to get even firmer. It's delicious as a snack. And then magnesium. And I've always had this thing about magnesium, because the research shows in Ireland, and most people are actually deficient in magnesium and they don't know it. Magnesium is a very, very, very important mineral to release the energy from your food into your cell. It also is really, really good for your muscle, your heart. It's really, really, I love to take it in the evening time because it's very relaxing, and it helps keep your body much more regular. And it's like Jamie said, they're amazing for digestion. So imagine if you did all of those 4 steps. You took the 4 combination of those, and you get rid of all toxins out of your diet. You go on a really good low glycemic diet, so you're staying away from processed foods. Like, you're just going to transform your health. That's why we call it the super you. You're not just going to get really slim. You're not going to get into great shape and the figure you always wanted. You're going to glow from the inside out. You're going to feel much, much better than you ever did before, because what we try to get across in Tony Quinn Educohealth is that the body, you have to feed the body the right nutrition. And if you can't get that from the food sources, you have to add it through your supplements. And the difference it makes to your life and your health and how you look is amazing. Like, one guy came and got the Super U box, and he went off really excited because I was telling him how it was going to feel and how the effect it was going to have. The guy came to see me 10 days later. Like, it's a 30-day program. He came to see me 10 days later, and he looked like a completely different person. His whole face was bright, his skin was glowing, and it was 10 days. He came in, he says, I feel so good, I feel amazing, I want to get one for my wife, I want to get one for my mother. He bought like 6 boxes for his whole friends and family, and they were all on it together, and they were on this journey to like just a whole new level of health and well-being. So that's kind of how it came about. And then Caro and myself, like, we went all over the country. Before lockdown, we were doing all these pop-ups, and the boxes were just flying out and people were just loving it. And like Caro tell you, there was a lady from Tesco's in Swords, and she didn't want to tell anybody she was on it. And next thing, we had all the staff and all the ladies going, we want one of these boxes. And it's just like the effect, it's more than just, that's why it's super you. You're going to go from you to super you. You're going to look, you're going to feel great. You're just going to glow with complete health and have amazing, amazing energy. And you're feeding your cells. It's like your body just sucks it all up because it's getting this nutrition that it's been lacking for such a long time, because you just don't get it out there in food today.
No,
it's just not.
Yeah, and people would often when they're, it's like you said, when you're looking to lose weight, often people lose weight at the expense of their health. And that is a terrible way to do it. So they cut calories, they cut out certain food groups maybe, or they're doing a huge volume of exercise, and then they actually lose muscle. So if you think of muscle as the driving force behind that energy and life force, it's obviously like your skin. How your skin looks and its elasticity is all going to be dependent on how firm and in what good condition it is, your hair, your nails. So if you suddenly reduce your nourishment, well, you may lose weight, but you do lose that look of health. So what we want to try and encourage people to do is to try and, get into incredible shape, but do it while increasing their life force and energy, so that their health is really, brought to the top of the list in terms of its priority. And so you lose weight, but you feel incredible. And that's the way that it should be. So it shouldn't be something that you starve yourself and you're exhausted and you're wrecked and you looked, you almost look like a warmed up skeleton. So you want to avoid, you definitely want to try and avoid that approach. wanted to see if there's anything else. And that's obviously the product that you
Jamie,
took, Caro, right? Yeah, Jacqui,
just on that point, right? Because I think this is a very important point. We are facing an epidemic of osteoporosis in women because of the fact for years women did yo-yo dieting. So they did what you just explained, Jamie, where they literally reduce their calories to lose the weight. But what we now know is that is not a good way to actually get into great shape, because the body needs its fuel. And if you're not giving the body the right fuel, what happens is that it'll start to burn your muscle and then your bones for that energy. And that's why we're seeing this epidemic of osteoporosis. So women are not eating enough calcium either, right? So the RDA for women for calcium is 1,000 to ideally maybe 1,500 milligrams. And most women are probably only getting in a third of that, if even. So our protein drink that's in that Super U box is a fantastic organic form of calcium. So just to show you the ProFem. So we ProFem, we ProForm. So both men and women can take this protein drink. And when you take the protein drink, it's a great supplement to get that extra protein in that Jamie and I were speaking about. And when you get that extra protein in, it feeds your muscle. Your muscle is a live tissue that works as your metabolism to burn up the fat and the calories. So when you take in this protein drink, you get an extra firmness to your body. So not only is this protein drink good for women, men, it's also really good for children. But the one I want to talk about today, since we're talking about weight loss, is the ProFem. So for women, when they take this ProFem, if they could take 1 shake a day or 2 shakes a day, but 1 shake a day will give them more than half their daily requirement of calcium. But not only is it giving them their daily requirement of calcium, it's an organic form that's very readily absorbed by your bones. There's a lot of calcium that is out there that's inorganic, and it's not a great or reliable source of getting that calcium in. So if you've osteoporosis, or you want to reverse it, because I've worked with clients where we've actually reversed osteoporosis, but I have 2 non-negotiables in the supplements that they have to take with the weights to reverse osteoporosis. But this will help prevent the breakdown of your muscle and your bones. So it's a fantastic product to take for your overall health to make you stronger. It'll improve your skin, your hair, your nails, because not only is it a fantastic source of protein, it's an alkalizing form of protein. So that just softens everything in the body. A lot of proteins that we eat, protein being meat, fish, eggs, cheese, yogurts, they're very acid, so they're harsher on the body. So this protein drink will give you more of a glow. So when you take actually probably 2 shakes or more a day, you'll actually get this really great glow about your skin and your hair. But it's this particular brand for women has got magnesium in it. It's also got chromium in it, which is great to balance your blood sugars and great for PMT. It's got broccoli extracts in it, which is fantastic to grab all those bad estrogens and help to get rid of them out of the body. So just to explain that, a lot of time when women can have a lot of weight to lose, and when they start burning the fat, if these bad estrogens are being released from their fat cells into their bloodstream, they can feel quite unwell. So broccoli extract is great to actually grab those bad estrogens and just flush it through the system so they avoid that unwell feeling. And they'll feel much better actually as a result. And then we have isoflavones, which are great for women who are approaching menopause. Isoflavones are really good for that. And we've another ingredient. No, I think I've covered it. CLA and GLA and the isoflavone. So there's so much goodness in this. So that's in the Super U box that Nichola and Caroline were just speaking about. So just to emphasize the importance of that protein again, it's so important, because I feel that, when I'm dealing with clients, a lot of people are just apprehensive about taking these proteins, saying, oh, no, I'd much rather it from my food sources. But you have to remember, this is a food. It is a food, and it actually will give you much more nutrients than, unfortunately, a lot of foods we eat today are lacking the vital nutrients to really build up that life force and strength and power and energy in the body. So I just wanted to cover that, because that's in that Super U box.
The ProFem also has vitamin D3 in it, doesn't it, to help for the absorption of, is there vitamin D3 in the ProFem? I think
is there, guys?
There's some in it, yeah. And if you take the cell rejuvenation with it, you'll get more vitamin D as well.
Yeah. So, Jacqui, you might just, you probably have one there, but just to go back, because people who are interested in taking the Amino Ore and the Amino Energize, that comes in a special pack, which is a weight loss box. Very similar packaging to the Super U box. It's gorgeous packaging. Well done, Nichola. And that really works well in combination. So you have a month's supply of Energize and Amino Ore in that pack, and that really does make a huge difference. And you get a saving when you purchase the pack. So we might just talk about a few other supplements that would help weight loss, because that's obviously what we want to cover. We also have choline, and that is something I'm taking at the moment. And actually, I was reading a study recently where they were talking about the low levels of choline and inositol, which are the two components of choline. And so you can see it there, choline and inositol. And choline forms phosphatidylcholine, as far as I remember. So it's a phospholipid, and these are fats that are incredible for your system. And they were particularly talking about it actually for pregnant women that were too low in choline, because it was very important for the fetus actually. But this is brilliant also for weight loss. So Nichola, how does the choline work? What is the sort of the magic behind it?
Well, it's the choline. A lot of people don't realize that your liver has a huge effect on your metabolism. It's actually one of the biggest metabolizers in the body is your liver. If your liver is really, really healthy and functioning at its utmost, you will actually have a better success at losing weight. So choline is like the liver just loves choline. It washes out the liver, it cleans it out. There's any little fatty deposits or anything in the liver. It actually gets your liver functioning better and better. The more choline you take, the better work. Your liver just works better for you. And if your liver is working at its utmost, you have everything in the body. The liver actually is your detoxifier. It's so important in the body. And if your liver is working at its utmost, everything else will as well. And very, very important for your metabolism. It's really, really, the choline has an amazing effect on the brain. And if you take the choline along with Pantac, it's like rocket fuel. You get this amazing energy, really good before a workout. Because I think it turns into phosphatidylcholine or something, Jamie, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a combination of Pantac. And another thing, if you're ever stuck in a slump, like if you're on a really, really good program and you find you come to a plateau or a standstill on your weight loss journey or trying to get into shape, if you add Pantac, you will suddenly get a rejig. It's like it starts everything up again. It's like spark. It's like giving yourself a jolt. If you add Pantac to your weight loss, if you're on a weight loss journey, you'll actually, because it just boosts everything, because it gets you adrenal. So something like the choline there is a fat metabolizer, gets the liver going. And if you add Pantac as well, you're going to even jump it up another couple of notches as well. Amazing stuff.
Yeah,
good for your energy.
Maybe if people out there and you do a bit of cooking, or you've seen different products like maybe chocolate, especially dark chocolate, there's a compound in it or an additive in it called lecithin. And so often people use lecithin in cooking, and what it does effectively is it helps to emulsify fats. So fat or oil doesn't mix very well with water. So you can think of it a little bit like when you're washing your dishes and you have grease on them, you use something like Fairy Liquid, and the Fairy Liquid helps to emulsify the fat. So it helps to basically break it down, which means you can dissolve it in water, and then that helps to get rid of it. So what choline does, and the choline and inositol, they're the two components of lecithin that help to emulsify fats. And that's effectively what it's doing in the body. It's helping to clear out those fats, helping to emulsify them. And you will notice the difference. We've had people take it, maybe if they've high levels of cholesterol. Now, we do obviously change around their diet, which makes a huge difference. But we often add in the choline to help to really clear the liver out from those types of fats and help to reduce things like cholesterol. So I find it's an absolutely brilliant product, and certainly when my wife was pregnant with our two boys, she used to take choline throughout her pregnancy. And she's a naturopathic nutritionist, so she would know the value of taking choline and inositol. So yeah, that's a brilliant one. And like you said, Nichola, also very important because of the phosphatidyl choline, very important for brain health and brain function. So the next one then we might talk about then is alkaline. Alkaline's an incredible product again. And so I think, Jacqui, you've got it there. So Caro, can you tell us a little bit about alkaline, which is acetyl L-carnitine?
Yes, absolutely. Well, alkaline is, acetyl L-carnitine means that, in fact, for guys, it's actually quite good because it releases bound up testosterone in the body as well. Now, L-carnitine in general has been famous for years. Like even 20 years ago, you would have, read all the Muscle Mag magazines, and L-carnitine was everywhere. It was famous among athletes and bodybuilders, and at the time, along with the Amino R, it was the go-to supplement really for burning fat, and it does tend to get fat off the stomach as well, and it actually works very well in combination with exercise. So if you're taking your Amino R at night and your Amino Energize during the day, you can take some alkaline before you exercise, and it does kind of ramp up that as well. It's good for the brain as well. It's good for aging. It's very good for the nervous system. It can tend to relax you as well. So releasing that bound up testosterone is very good, obviously, because it's going to release more testosterone for guys, which in turn gives you more drive. So it has that benefit as well. So it really has
the fact that it helps to hold on to muscle while burning fat. That again, when you're losing weight, as we said at the beginning, is so important. So that's the effect that it can have, is to to really make sure that you're firming up but burning fat.
And it increases performance in athletes. So it would be famous for that as well. So, a lot of cyclists would take it maybe an hour before they would go training, and it definitely does increase that endurance,
Okay, brilliant, great. I'm actually taking it at the moment, so and I really think it does make a difference, particularly with what I've read in studies about it. So let me think. Is there anything else then that we want? Because we've covered a good bit to do with the protein powders and the Pro-Fem. And we have this great competition. So again, just to remind you, if you'd like to win a Super U box, and all you need to do is, you just review Educogym, text in your review, and be in with a chance to win, and we'll announce it on our show next Saturday, and we'll announce it on our social media platforms. So
and Jamie, if they actually like this page and share this post, they have two things. They have to like and share this post, but then they have to go online to Educogym, put a review, screenshot that review, and then text it to this number that's up here to get this. And will we just tell them that the value of this, so everything in the Super U box. So you've got your protein you've 3 different flavors. You've got the vanilla, the strawberry, and the chocolate. You've got your weight loss pack, the night and the day, Amino R and Amino Energize, and you've got the magnesium, which is really good. Remember, if you're bound up, and it works very well with the calcium. So the value on this box is and you've got Super U booklet.
Yes,
we also said what we'll do is I to the lucky winner, I will call you and I will do a 30-minute phone consultation with you to run through all this and to help guide you in the right direction. So the whole value of this pack is it's €179, isn't that right? But there is a saving because you're buying everything together. So the real value of the pack is about 200, Caroline, 200 and something euro.
Yeah, even more. I mean, Nichola put the particular booklet together, and honestly, the information there is just outstanding. And all the questions that you have in your head about weight loss are all answered in there. You've got your shopping list, your diet. Honestly, that's worth its money in gold, guys.
And also that 30-minute online consultation with me. So
absolutely.
So again, So again, just to say it once more, you need to go online to Educogym, put a review, 5-star us, and give us whatever stars you want. Take a screenshot of that review and text it to this number. That's step 1. Step 2, you need to like this post and you need to share it on your page. And we will announce the lucky winner next Saturday morning.
Wow.
So I think we've covered everything. But if we were just to summarize, obviously it's going to it's so important to start with the nutrition part. And that's one of the advantages of the Super U boxes, that you get your diet plan, shopping lists, food guide, the whole lot. I mean, it's really, really detailed. So the nutrition and, just to say, if you are thinking of changing your lifestyle, whether it's nutrition or exercise, it is worth talking to a healthcare professional first to make sure that you're in good health to begin something like that. And then on top of that, so the products we've covered are the Amino Energize and the Amino Ore. So the amino acids, which are going to help to firm you up. So they make your amino acids are essential for your skin, your hair, your nails, muscle tissue, digestive enzymes, connective tissue, neurotransmitters, your immune system. They all require, so the building blocks of life. So absolutely vital. And the amino ore is one amino acid which helps you to release growth hormone. And yeah, we all have taken it and currently are taking it because of the type of program we're on at the moment. And then we covered briefly choline, which is that brilliant fat emulsifier. And then you have the alkaline, which is the acetyl L-carnitine, which is brilliant for helping with bound testosterone, but you'll notice an increase in your endurance, energy, fat loss from that. And then the Magic Pro form, which honestly I can't recommend enough. I'm taking 3 protein drinks a day at the moment to make sure that, and it's fat free, which is so important if you're doing a very low fat diet. I'm not thinking about food all the time, even though my calories are probably quite low, and it's just helping to hold on to the muscle. And I can really see a difference. My waist is down about 1.5 inches even in the first week of the program, so 9 weeks to go. And and then you go.
No bother to you.
No bother.
Can I say on that point, I'm only down 0.5 inch, right? So one thing that I always say to men and women when they're starting a program, especially a couple, is that the man will always get the result faster than the woman generally. And why is that, guys? Because men have more muscle than women. So that just proves the point that muscle is the key factor to really get the metabolism working better. So so Jamie, you're a little bit ahead of me at the moment. I'll catch up.
So I'm aiming to lose what was I aiming to lose? About 6 inches off the waist. So it's going to be quite a transformation over 12 weeks. And I definitely underestimated in the first 2 weeks, in that I rang Tom McKenna, who some of you will be familiar with from watching his relaxations that we have on our Facebook page, so trying to encourage him to coach me. Well, he put me straight. I suddenly got a shock as to what I actually needed to do. But anyway, so this week has been a challenge, but it's been brilliant. It's amazing how fast you start to see the difference.
Everyone's in weight loss mode now because we had that lovely weather last week, and
and today
we're not going to be wearing the hoodies anymore. Like the hoodies are
the black leggings, the black tracksuit bottoms.
The hair salons are opening. Like we have to get those inches off, and so it's all
this
about
could be the ultimate transformation for people. Because
honestly, it is a transformation. And again, to reiterate, when clients come into Educogym, they've generally tried everything out there. They've tried it all, right? Because I get this all the time. I've tried it all, nothing works for me. And I said, yeah, but you haven't done our system. So our system is real health. It's about looking at it from a holistic approach, from your body, your mind, your life force, the food supplements. It's, the whole approach to actually building up your health. And just as an experiment there, I was driving home yesterday, and in the short little spin where I thought to do this, I started to count the amount of people that I saw. And within the 5 minutes, I saw 13 people, right? And out of the 13 people, there was only actually 4 of them in shape. Like that's frightening, guys. Like that really is frightening. So people actually have to take accountability for their health. And I know a lot of people can say, but I do all this effort, but I'm not getting the results because they're doing the wrong form of exercise. I always say it's about the right type of training with the right type of nutrition. And we are experts in this area. And one thing that we always recommend to all of our clients to get the cutting edge on it is to take these food supplements. So even if you're not training with us in a Educogym, these are going to be fantastic to help you to get that waist down and to really firm up and improve your health, your energy, your well-being. So just by taking those supplements.
Yeah, and the accountability that you mentioned is so important, and that we're making something crazy like 30 or 40 phone calls a day at the moment to people who have been in lockdown. Some people are feeling quite low, but generally people have gained weight and they want sort of a kickstart. But it's the accountability that they're looking for. So we've two suggestions on that. Obviously, working with us, we would love to help you, and we are brilliant at what we do. And we are so passionate about helping people. So if you want some guidance and support, definitely get in touch with us. We are running a 6-week challenge at the moment, so you'll be able to. It's online, and as gyms open up, it'll move to in gym if you're close to one of our locations, and we have locations throughout Ireland. But the other thing which can really help if you're looking for accountability is to get a partner. So have somebody, can be a friend, a family member. And I think it was like Nichola was saying, and Caro mentioned it, people were buying the products and holding each other accountable. So it's like an accountability buddy. And that's another great way to do it. But I really think obviously working with us and, you'll come across maybe little hurdles or stumbling blocks and plateaus, and to get you through those, we know exactly what to do because we've done it all ourselves. So, brilliant. I think that's everything that we're going to cover for this morning. And Nichola, Caro, we're so delighted to have you with us. It's been brilliant. We've been talking about it for a while.
Thanks for having us.
Great to finally get it done. And Jacqui, thanks again for joining us in this on our Saturday morning. The partners in crime now.
Yes, thanks for sucking me into this, Jamie. No, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Did you know your Saturday mornings were going to be gone? Okay, great. So for everybody watching, thank you so much.
Happy bank holiday.
What I probably should have done is brought up our Facebook page to see if there are any questions. I don't know if you want to.
Do you want me to do that? Then we have
it might be no harm because there may be people who are asking questions, and it's just the way that we're streaming this. We're streaming it to multiple platforms, and unfortunately, we don't see the comments coming in live. Obviously, we can see them on the page. So, so just quickly before we go, we might answer a few questions.
Happily.
I'm just trying to get onto it in the proper way now. Sorry. This
will be.
Why is it not? Sorry, no.
No, so here we go.
I'll have a look.
Could you give some examples from the food plan? Would you? This is from Gillian. So maybe Nichola, do you want to maybe just explain a few different?
So with the box, you get the booklet. Now the booklet has everything, like it has all the tips about when you're going to a party, like alcohol, everything you need to know, every single question. Like we really thought about this, what about the mind of the person and what they would be asking us. So we put it all in here for them. Now the diet is a low glycemic diet, and if you can see, there is a shopping list. So you've got every single food category there, like from your fruits, your vegetables, dairy, meat, everything that is on the low glycemic index, which is keeping the blood sugars down, getting your body into that fat burning mode and away from a processed food.
Do you want to put it a little bit closer? I'll give you.
Okay, perfect. So you get like 7 days. So you get like a breakfast option. I don't know if it's clear in the camera. You get a lunch option and a dinner option. And you've got like 7 days of this, guys. So you get your week. And, you can really make the food delicious, like with herbs and spices and all different types of things. It's a delicious diet. It really, really is. It's high in protein, low in fat, low in sugar, low in processed foods. And it's really about changing into that whole lifestyle, that it becomes your whole new path, like the further you for the rest of your life. This is the Super You box is more than just losing weight. It actually is turning your whole health around. your whole future,
Life-changing.
more youthful, you know, to just be the best, to be the super you. So yeah, no, it's brilliant now. It's delicious. It really is delicious. I have a background in food,
Yeah.
and so I did really try and make it as
And
delicious.
I've tasted her food, so I can say it's amazing.
So no, I really did. I went inside the mind of, like, you know, what's the really, really, really best we can do, what we can put together. It's been thought through so well that it actually is foolproof. And I love this bit at the end now. And people really love this. They've said to me, basically about, like, the frequently asked questions, like, there's questions like, I find dieting hard in the past. What can I do to succeed this time? We've got the answers there. You know, can I have alcohol? We don't recommend alcohol in the 30-day program. If you want to lose weight, you got to just kick the booze. You just don't drink just for the 30 days. And then we have options for low calorie drinks, and like people like teas and coffees, all the questions, like, you know, if you're going to Starbucks and you're having those highly calorific frappuccinos, you are not going to lose weight. They're full of sugar and all sorts of things. So you've got have an Americano. It's brilliant. It really, really is good. And like the other thing is, like, I was talking to a lady on the phone, and she was like, oh, my amino you take it at night and you have to take it in an empty tummy. And she was like, well, I usually like have a bowl of Rice Krispies, you know, when I'm watching TV just before I go to bed. I was like, no, you don't know the harm you're doing to your sugar levels. Those are all the wrong practices. And taking these supplements take you down the right road to great health. It's such a difference. And
Absolutely.
Totally new habits and all the benefits.
Yeah, and so for those people who are looking to maybe buy these products, you can get them on Educogym.com. You can also visit Educohealth.com, or you can contact your local Educogym. So most of the gyms...
the agents as well. We have agents nationwide, agents in the UK, and we've agents worldwide. Belize, I know that they have expanded into a supplement store just last week. Wow. So we're worldwide, and we have loads of agents who will advise you as well. Everyone like that sells the supplements is a nutritionist as well. So that's an added bonus. So you're getting expert advice as well.
Yeah. So somebody was asking about that, and I, for some reason, I never can understand why this happens on Facebook, but I can only see the last sort of 4 or 5 comments, and there are a couple of more comments that are out of my view. And I know we're on YouTube at the moment as well, and we're in some of the different groups, the Life Force group and the Challenge group. So
where can I purchase the product? That's one question.
And about calorie restriction, you know, somebody's asking about that. Well, you know, it's not always about calorie restriction, but even if you were to reduce your calories, those protein shakes are incredible because there's such a high source of protein. There are shakes out there that have very little protein in it that really reduce the calorie intake. And I often think if people only understood how good the protein drinks are, because you can reduce your calories but still maintain that very high level of good quality protein. So it's not always about calorie restriction either. That's where it becomes more specialized, where somebody would have to book in for a nutrition consultation to understand, so we can understand where you're coming from, what your background is, because things always have to be tweaked for different people. So it's very hard to really answer that one straight out.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Well, if you're watching this live, we really appreciate you joining us, and we hope you enjoyed it. And do text live, actually, because we love to know that you're here. And if you're watching it later, we hope you enjoy it, and you can text replay so that we know that you were here, and we can appreciate the fact that you were here and enjoyed it, I hope. So I think that's it for today, and hopefully we get to see you again next Saturday, for another great morning show on a Saturday. Guys, really appreciate you joining us. I hope you guys actually had fun. I think you did.
Yeah,
it's great to hear.
I don't want to go. I want to stay on.
Oh dear, it's great to hear your passion for the products.
Absolutely. 100 million%.
What I was slightly sad about is that I've been saying for years that Amino War is our best-selling supplement for 30 years. I just haven't upgraded myself over the last 10 years, so it's actually 40 years. So now I can think it's 40. It's more than 40 years. Okay.
It's as old as us.
Yeah.
1978. It's a year older. Is it 78? It's a year older than me.
There you go.
Great. Well, I won't forget that now. Okay,
Brilliant.
guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you all again soon. Thanks a lot, guys.